Welcome back to Andrew Learns AI. Today we are diving into CapCut's AI video maker. Tool so beginner friendly, even your uncle who still asks you how to use Excel could probably use it. And the best part is it's free. Well, mostly free. We'll talk about those sneaky purple diamonds later. So, what is CapCut? CapCut is a video editing that's become the go-to tool for creators everywhere, from TikTokers to teachers to, well, me apparently. Now, here's a fun fact that might surprise you. CapCut is owned by ByteDance. Yes, that ByteDance, the same company behind TikTok. So if you have ever wondered why CapCut seems to understand what makes videos so engaging, that's why. They've basically taken all that TikTok algorithm wisdom and said, hey, why don't we help people make the content too? Smart move, ByteDance, smart move. Now, CapCut has tons of features from basic editing to templates to effects. But today, we are focused on AI Video Maker. It's like having a tiny creative assistant living inside your browser. Nice. All right, let's get you logged in. Go to your Google and enter online CapCut and pick the free online video editor. I've also given you the link in the YouTube description below, so check it out. Once you're here, select the try online. I think that's good enough for you. No need to download. Click into it. You see this big welcome to CapCut message. You can't miss it unless you're trying to, but why would you? You can sign up with your Google account, Facebook, TikTok, basically any account you have probably forgotten the password to. I recommend Google. Fewer steps, fewer chances to mess up. It's the first one up there. Google and just continue with it and boom, you're in. Welcome to the promised land, or at least the video editing land. Yay. Now the home screen has a lot going on. Enough options to make your head spin. But we want the free AI video maker. Usually it's on the right side of the new video. Notice the word new. New AI features are popping up in there to make video ideation and creation easier and faster. When I click into this, now you may see this screen. Well, I think there may be a glitch in the software. What we really want to see is another screen. So I'm going to want you to click on AI Video Maker. You got to see this because this is where we want to start. And that's important. Here, there are many options. Now, if you are like me and sometimes stare at the blank screen thinking, I want to create a content that's viral, but I have no idea. Well, this could be your new best friend. You can literally tell CapCut's AI what kind of video you want, and it'll help you build out the concept. This is a neat option, Brainstorm with AI. Within here, you see a window for you to enter a prompt. Today, I already have something in mind, a code that I think it's perfect for demonstrating this tool. I'm going to enter this. I want a story about a quote. Freedom is not worth having if it does not include the freedom to make mistakes by Gandhi. I want it inspirational, uplifting. And I press enter. Over here, you come to this platform where you have your idea. It will suggest 5 topics for you. Now, out of these 5 topics, what you want to do is to create key points. And thereafter, based on all these key points, you will generate the script. Let's look through the topics. Now, if you don't find any of this appropriate, you can generate some more. You see this, the price of freedom and the wisdom of mystics. How mystics shape our journey inspired by Gandhi. I'm going to pick this, and then maybe I want to have another key point. I can click into explore and it'll go one level deeper. Mystics foster growth, innovation, enabling personal transformation. True freedom includes the ability to make mistakes without restrictions. I think the first one's pretty good. Mystics foster growth, innovation, enabling personal transformation. So I click this and I generate a script. It's as simple as that. Over here, I can choose how long I want the script to be. And you can enter more requirements. Here, I'm going to add in a story of a girl who was afraid of making mistakes, and then she grew from that mistake. So I want to add in a personal touch of a story of a persona. I click generate and the script should be coming out. This is the part that you read through and you can make edits. You can shift the script up and down, or you can edit it like a Word document. If you don't like it, you can click on the three dots to delete and regenerate. But I'll go with this. The next step is to look at the aspect ratio. If you look at this, it's 16:9. It is for YouTube's. If you want to publish it on TikTok, you want it mobile friendly, so you want it 9:16. And we click on that. Then back to the script. Once you are okay with the script, you need to start with the voiceovers. Now, the button is over here on the left side. On the right side is the media. We'll work on that later. If you click on the voiceover, we select the second one. And here, there are many voices for you to choose from that will narrate your story. You can sample them by clicking the play button.
Welcome to Creating Voice.
For narration, for quotation, inspirational stories, I recommend that you go to this one, which I kind of like. If you scroll down, it's emotional quote. Now, a pro tip is to click on add favorites. And on the right side, you see the speed. If you want to talk faster, you push it up. I'll leave it at 1. Now, because you have selected it as a favorite, if you go back up, you should be able to see your voice here appearing. Now, I select this. Now, over here, make sure that auto split script is checked. What this does is it will split these big chunks into small sentences so that with every sentence, you can have a meaningful image attached to it. Apply to all scenes. It's going to take a couple of minutes and voila, it's already up. You see, the whole script has been split up and the voice is there. You can sample it by clicking play.
Have you ever been so scared of messing up that you just freeze?
We now work on the images. To get the images, we click on media on the left side and generate AI media. There are many styles. You can choose realistic, cartoon, anime. I'm just going to go for ink watercolor. You can go ahead, experiment on your own. Once you've decided, click apply to all scenes. CapCut will use AI to figure out what you're trying to say and very intelligently create an appropriate image for you. It's already up and running, so let's just give it a go.
I ruined it. I spent the whole class just staring at it, and in the end, my canvas was still perfectly white.
It's looking pretty good. The fonts may be a bit difficult to read because of the contrast. What you can do is change the fonts. Now, to change the fonts, I would go to elements on the left side. And here there are so many fonts to choose from. Now take note that there are sneaky purple diamonds. Now, if you're not careful and you choose one of them, it's not free. It's a paid feature. So if you use those fonts, you will not be able to export your video clips. Choose the ones without purple diamond, and there are so many to choose from. I kind of like this one. If you scroll down and you see this greenish red text, it's a little bit below that over here. I like it because the text comes out as the words are spoken, and if you click on that, there's a nice contrast to it. You can click onto the text and expand, and let's give it a go.
worth having if it does not include the freedom to make mistakes. That hit me hard. My fear wasn't protecting me, it was trapping me.
Voila! Simple, easy, meaningful video has just been created. If you do not like any of the images, you can easily change it. For example, this, it doesn't make sense with the strange letterings up there. What I can do is I click on replace. This is the description. If you don't agree with it, you can change the description for the picture. Basically, you're just prompting the image, and I just click generate. I should have 4 options there. I pick the best one I like, select it, and my picture will be replaced. And there you go. So I click on this one to the scene and it is changed. Now, what if you want to add a scene right in between? Well, that's a bit tricky. I haven't found a good way to insert a scene in between, but there is a workaround. If you go back to script and click on just create, it will now add another segment below. This is how you get an extra clip. What I want to do is to just create a voiceover so that it becomes movable. And I create the voiceover by clicking the refresh button on the left side. There you go. And then now I can shift it in between and I can actually change and type whatever I want here. In this case, I want to add in another text of my own. This sums up what the famous quote is about. Freedom is not worth having if it does not include the freedom to make mistakes. For the image, what if I want to use my own image? Well, you can do that simply by clicking this My Media and you drag and drop your image in. And in this case, I used Gemini to create the image and I simply drag it in, I select, and the image comes up. For this case, I don't need this chunk anymore. I can just delete the unnecessary chunk. And there is it, a way for you to insert a scene and add in your own image as well. Now, don't forget to click this blue recycle button, which means that it will create a voiceover for your new segment. Let's play it from the start.
Have you ever been so scared of messing up that you just freeze? That was me. I remember this one time in art class. I had a beautiful blank canvas, but I was terrified to make the first stroke. What if I ruined it? I spent the whole class just staring at it, and in the end, my canvas was still perfectly white, but perfectly empty. It felt awful. Later, I read a quote from Gandhi that said, "Freedom is not worth having if it does not include the freedom to make mistakes." That hit me hard. My fear wasn't protecting me, it was trapping me. So, the next day, I took that same canvas and just went for it. I made a mess. A beautiful, colorful, wonderful mess. It wasn't perfect, but it was mine. It was my first step to realizing that mistakes aren't failures. They're the brushstrokes that create the masterpiece of who we are becoming. This sums up what the famous quote is about. Freedom is not worth having if it does not include the freedom to make mistakes. Mahatma Gandhi. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more stories. Thanks for watching.
There you go. And hopefully you can come up with something that goes viral. And there is an option to add music to it. If you click on music, and here you can add in background music, you can sample it. I think if you scroll down, you'll find something suitable. Lyrical and emotional piano seems suitable for this, so I'm just going to add it in, and you'll see it up there. When I play it, it should have that audio in the background. What if you want to add an avatar? This is where the magic is. CapCut allows you to create your avatar. All you have to do is to upload 1-minute video of yourself. CapCut will clone you and your voice. How do you do that? Very simple. Click on the script, scenes, avatar, and here you can customize your own avatar. Simply click on this, I recommend that you watch through this short tutorial to understand the do's and don'ts about filming yourself. Like, for example, don't have too much head movements, don't let your hands cover your face, and all you have to do is to drop your video in here for 10 seconds to 1 minute. As long as it's under 1 gig, it should be fine. So here goes. I did a recording of myself and I'm loading my video. There it is. So read through the terms and conditions. Once you're done with that, you go next. This is where they keep scammers away. Here it says that you have to read this passage just to confirm that you're the owner of that video. And you load yourself speaking this passage, and I've done mine. You click next and submit. You let it run and your avatar is being created. It's gonna take more than 10 minutes. Well, for the avatars, if you don't want to use your own face, you have an option of choosing from a variety of avatars. Now, the avatars is, of course, very handy for you to put a face that's talking directly with the audience, and this makes it very personal and can be appealing. So you go through an avatar, and I'll just do a demonstration how you can edit in. So I'm going to go ahead and pick this one, and it's very important that you take note of this edit button. What it does is when you click onto it, you can remove the background. It makes it neater, and you can select the voice. And here I want to keep it consistent with my earlier voice. I select that one, and there it is, done. What I'm going to do is I'm going to uncheck this auto split script because it's already nicely done up. I don't want it to take its own AI initiative and start splitting up the sentences. It will create a mess. We leave that unchecked and replace all scenes. It's going to regenerate all that with an avatar. And 99%, sometimes if it hangs, it's good practice to just refresh the whole screen, just reload and see if it makes a difference. And there you have it. The background is removed and I can shift to the corner and let's play it from the top.
Have you ever been so scared of messing up that you just freeze? That was me. I remember this one time in art class.
And now my avatar is up. So I can do the same thing. I simply click on my avatar, make sure I click on edit, make sure there's no background. And in this case, I use my clone voice.
Welcome to creating voiceovers.
I make sure the auto split script is off and I click on replace all scenes. And I should be replacing her with me and my clone voice. And there you go. So I just resize myself and start from the top and let's take a look.
My canvas was still perfectly white, but perfectly empty. It felt awful. Later, I read a quote from Gandhi that said, "Freedom is not worth."
The voice is a bit mechanical, kind of robotic, flat. I would say, again, hey, it's not as good as some of the other paid software out there. Then again, this is FREE. And hopefully, CapCut will be very generous to upgrade and improve this voice cloning feature in the future. It's a nice addition to have. Okay, now that you have done this video, how do you export it? All you have to do is to click on the top button, export. And again, CapCut is very generous to allow you to export up to 4K. So this you can put it on your big screen and still it will look beautiful. Here you can just name it. And once that is there, you can leave everything else pretty much as it is and click export. If you have not used any of the diamonds, you should be able to do the download. And the file will be in your download folder. It's as simple as that. And it is done. You click on save and the file should be safely in your download folder. Now the question is, after you're done with the project and you end up in your homepage, how do you find your video or your project? Well, it's not lost for good. It can be found. All you have to do is to click on the homepage, and because you did something in the AI video maker, you click into that. If you see this thing, well, get out of it by clicking the top AI video maker. You got to find yourself on this page. If you scroll down, voila, there it is. Your project is still there. You click into it. So once again, if you are back in your homepage, where do you find it? You have to go back to your free AI video maker and make sure that you are on this screen. Tricky part is you got to scroll it down and you see it there. Hope you have enjoyed this video. There are so many applications with this newfound skills of yours. You can create all kinds of communications, educational stuff for your children. You can create inspirational videos. Hopefully they'll go viral on TikTok or YouTube. And here's a bonus tip. You can do even more editing apart from this. All you have to do is to click on the edit more on the top right, and it'll load another platform where you can do micro editing. You can do a ton of things in this timeline. You can add in your own music, effects, fonts, templates, and the list goes on. Video editing is an essential skill for content creators. Check out my video on editing with CapCut. You will learn so much. Meanwhile, do like, subscribe, and above all, AI on.